Yeah, life is great when you hitting the macros daily. Hey, yes, sir, man. Hey, when you string just 3-4 good days in a row, hitting your workouts, hitting your macros, staying away from all the things you should stay away from, hitting everything on your to-do list, man, life start looking great, don't it? Now, just imagine you stringing a week, a month, a couple weeks, a couple months, a couple years like that, man. Life becomes great. All right, come on. We about to start this. Somebody said, how can you make a woman submit to your will? Well, you can't make her. She got to make herself. Y'all miss it all the time, right? It's like who likes you, right? The only way a woman is going to submit to your will is a woman who wants to submit to your will, which means it's going to be a woman who sees you in value like that. I always make the comparison to Drake or Chris Brown, right? If Drake or Chris Brown ask most women to do something, they're going to do it. Why? Because they see him in such high value. So therefore, if you want a woman to submit to your will, it's not what you tell her to do, it's what she want to do. And if she sees you in high enough value, she's going to want to do it. So what does that mean? That means you only deal with women who see you in high value, the women choosing you, the women on top of you, the women who like you, the women who light up when they see you like a puppy dog. That's the only woman who's going to submit to your will without you having to exert a bunch of force on it. But like I say all the time, y'all gonna skip this step. A woman can't just like me. She got to like me a whole hell of a lot to really fuck with me. That's the only type of woman I deal with. And that's the only type of woman you should deal with. And when you deal with a woman like that, she's going to do any and everything for you. Where are the spots to be chose at? The spots to be chose at, it depends on the type of woman that you want to choose you, right? You got to, a true player knows how to put himself in position to be discovered, but he also knows the type of venues where he's chose often. And then he has to balance that with the type of woman he wants. It's certain environments where I get chose heavy, but that's not necessarily the environment where I really want a woman. So you got to balance all these factors. What type of woman do you want? What type of women normally choose you? And where do they frequent? But you definitely want to be in a place where it's high traffic area, so you don't got to be sitting there all day. But that's why I don't go out trying to get a woman. You know, I go out to enjoy myself. And I'm making sure I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, and my body language is good. And I know if my woman is in the building, she's going to choose me. Y'all looking for everybody else's woman, I'm looking for my woman. What do I mean by that? Most of y'all are with a woman who would rather be with somebody else. You weren't her top pick. I'm only dealing with a woman who I'm her top pick or the best she can get. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to go to the venues where you feel like it's the woman that you want and where the women will choose a man like you, and put your best outfit on, put your best dress on, put your best attitude on, put your best, and enjoy yourself. Because what I'm not going to do is make everything I do about the broad, which y'all do. I'm not going out to catch a broad. I'm going out to enjoy myself. And I'm going out to let my broad be blessed enough to meet me. Right? That's my mindset. I'm going to go out and I'm going to enjoy myself. Regardless if my woman is in there that night and chooses me or not, I'm going to enjoy myself. And more than likely, I'm going to catch my broad easier when I'm enjoying myself, because she's going to see me and she's going to say, damn, man, look at him. This cool dude over there just enjoying himself. You know what I'm saying? Somebody sent in $50. Who is that? Tiffany. Appreciate you. Is that Tiffany who just bought one of the Game God outfits? Let me know. Shout out to Tiffany. Is emotional intimacy important in a relationship? You got to expound on what that actually means. Emotional intimacy. What does that mean? And I'll definitely answer your question. You ain't got to pay for the next one. Just say it again and I'll answer that for you. For you throwing in that $50. Because I could go off of what I think it means, but I'd rather go off of what you're actually asking me. Trump or Kamala. Don't make no difference to me. Trump won, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Don, man. I don't think much about the election, man. I don't have the type of money to where I'm affected by the election. Like if I was super wealthy, then yeah, maybe those tax laws would matter. If I was super poor, yeah, maybe if I was on welfare or something, that shit would matter. And I'm not, educated on political stuff. So maybe I'm wrong. But as far as I know, none of the shit they talking about is gonna matter to me. Because when it was recessions, I was winning, and the times I was losing, it was never because who was president. Anytime I was losing in my life, man, I could trace back why I was losing. It was the shit that I was doing and the shit that I wasn't doing. And every time I've been winning in my life, man, I ain't never traced it back to who was president. I could trace it back to the shit that I was doing and the shit that I stopped doing. So whether that's true or not, that's what I believe. So I don't really trip off shit like that. Okay, the importance on mentorship and masterminds. Man, the only reason I am who I am to this day is because of mentorships, masterminds, and courses, and really mentors. I've been getting mentors since I was in the streets. I was running laps around. I did more than dudes who's still doing it now. Why? Because I got mentors. A mentor is able to, and I was talking to one of my mentors the other day, and I told him, I said, man, I'm so grateful, that you accepted and saw something in me to deal with me, because some of the things that you taught me, I think about it now, and I probably would have never came to the conclusions of the things that you taught me. Some of the things that he taught me that were extremely valuable, I couldn't imagine me coming up to that just osmosis, just out of nowhere, to come to some of these conclusions of the things and the tactics that he gave me. I don't feel like I would have ever came to those conclusions. So that's the benefit of mentorship. A smart man learns from his mistakes. A smarter man learns from others' mistakes, so he doesn't have to make those mistakes, right? But go ahead, figure it out if you want to. The man who tries to figure it out on his own, he thinks he's being noble about it. But I mean, to make your own mistakes, it wastes time, and it could be deadly and fatal. So do what you want to do, though. Every high level individual, well, not every, it's like one that I know that didn't have a mentor. But other than him, every other high level individual I know had other high level individuals coaching them and helping them. That's just the way of the successful people, because it's efficient, and success is about being efficient. I tell people all the time, all right, you can get my mentorship or you can not. Don't make no difference to me. I'm making $100,000 plus a month selling digital products. It's actually a hassle to get on a phone call with people for an hour. So you don't got to get it. But I'll tell you this, you might figure it out, but you might not. You might go 10 years and never figure the shit out that I would have told you. So if you're willing to risk that over a funky, couple grand, you overvalue money and undervalue information. And what I've realized with a lot of my mentors, poor people overvalue money and undervalue information in time. I value information. I'll spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on it. I've bought $300 books. I value information because information is one of the highest commodities I feel like you can have. You can get more money, but this knowledge can make you an infinite amount of money. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I feel about that. What's the relationship, teamwork like with your baby mama? I mean, it ain't no teamwork, right? When I was younger, my baby mama was horrible to me. She used to say, I can't see my son. She would have me on child support even though I was there every day and doing everything for her. I would buy her cars and she'd talk shit to me every day. And then I got full custody of my son and we're out here in Miami. She don't give me no, I might not say that she don't fuck around and get upset, but it don't matter. We out here, she don't give me no help. She don't send me no money. She don't help with nothing. Even when my son goes back to see her, I pay the money for him to go back to see his mother, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. She don't do shit, but I don't care. I could be petty. I could do what she did me. Oh, no, you can't see your son, or I could put her on child support, but that ain't how I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful to be in a position where I could be the dominant influence in my son's life. I see a lot of people all the time. They talk about, legacy. Oh, I want to have a bunch of kids. And, I used to think like that, but I understood at this point, I'd have met enough people to know, who cares if you got somebody who looks like you and got the same bloodline as you, but they don't act like you. They don't have the same principles as you. They don't have the same moral code as you. They don't have the same character as you. It's actually worse that a motherfucker running around that look like you, sound like you, got the same blood as you, and they're just a disgrace because you didn't get to raise them properly. So that's how I feel about people who just want to spread their seed just to have a bunch of people that look like them running around. To me, if they not moving like me with the ideology that I have, it don't matter. So I wanted to get my son because I could see at a very young age that he can't help what he gets influenced by. So he's getting influenced by my son's mother, her grandmother, that side of the family, which is the total antithesis of everything that I believe in. And every time he comes to my house, I got to deprogram him. Just at the time I'm deprogramming him from all that shit and getting him on my type of time. Now it's time to go back over there to that environment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even worried about it, man. I'm just happy that I could raise my son. How do you keep an unmotivated chick motivated? With a lot of heartache and turmoil and toil, man. Back in the day in my household, man, every morning, was a motherfucking sermon. Every morning I got up like I was a motivational speaker in front of the church to galvanize the people, in my household. And, sometimes that's what you're going to have to do if you got a real mission. But if you're not in a situation like I was in where me motivating them was actually having them go out and do things that were beneficial to our lives, then don't. Because as soon as you stop motivating them, the motivation gonna stop and they're gonna stop. You don't find ducks and teach them to fly. You find eagles and teach them to fly in formation. I've tried it. It don't work. It do work in the sense of that you can make it work, but it drains too much energy. It's not efficient. You're spending all of this time trying to turn somebody into something that they're not because it's easy to find people, regular people. But if you just took a little bit more time to find the eagles and find the people already with the type of mindset, the motivated individual, the person who has aspirations, the ceiling is much higher and it's more efficient because you're not going to have to spend so much time motivating and turning somebody into something that they're not. So do what you want to do. Man, I had a mentor one time. He told me, man, I said, man, this broad I got, she cold, she bad, but she just not getting it. She just not motivated. She just not on my type of time. I said, can I change it? Can I change her around? He looked at me and said, you can, but you're not going to be able to do anything else. It's going to take so much out of you. You're not going to be able to have another broad. You're not going to be able to focus on your business. And by the time you're done doing that, you're not going to have nothing left in you. So I'll tell you the same thing. Just get another broad. Say, how do you get a girl to invest in you and keep her when she is? I've never met a woman who didn't want to do for me. It goes back to everything that I say, man. Like who likes you, choose who's choosing you. Choose a woman who chooses you a lot. A woman who likes everything about you. I've never met a woman who was with me who didn't want to do for me, whatever doing for me may be. Man, I've had women who were making, close to $50,000 a month running legitimate businesses that I could have had do anything for me, illegal, whatever. Why? Because they liked me enough. They were willing to fuck their life off if I wanted them to. I didn't have them do that, but it just goes to show because I only deal with women like that. Y'all want to deal with the baddest. The baddest in my eyes, the one who wants me the baddest. You shooting for the baddest bitch. I'm shooting for the bitch who think I'm the baddest nigga. It's the difference. How do you deal with a woman that has social anxiety? Okay, let's just say a woman has social anxiety. Well, then that's my little social anxiety bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, well, that's the bitch we be in the house. Different women have different things. Every woman ain't the same thing, man. A good coach knows how to put different people in different positions. See, a bad coach takes every player they got and tries to make them run the same position. I got some women that's outgoing. I got some women that's business minded. I got some women who don't have a great social skills. Every woman can play a position, right? That's why you having multiple. What would you say? It's not conducive to have a successful life to have social anxiety. That's a trait that you have until you don't have it anymore. And if you don't use it, you lose it. So if she stay in the house because she believes she has this condition, then she's never going to get better at it. But if she went outside every day and talked to 50 people, after a month, 2 months, she wouldn't have that anymore and her life would be much better. Give us a simple NLP technique. Give us a simple NLP technique that everyone can start using daily. Changing your state. One of the biggest things that I learned with NLP is to be able to, at command, get into the state that you want, right? It's one of the most important things I feel like, because how you feeling and your mindset in any situation is going to determine the outcome. So when you can, it's called anchor, when you can anchor yourself into a certain state that's conducive to wherever you are, then you're really in control of your life. Most of us are in the wrong state for this situation. But if only you can get into the right state, and if you had programmed yourself with different methods in NLP to be able to, on command with a certain stance or a certain hand movement, anchor yourself into the proper state for that proper situation, your life will change. Tony Robbins talks about it a lot. How do you get rid of a woman that loves you, but it's not going to work? Man, that's a hard one. I mean, most women love me. Most women that I'm with, they'll kill themselves before they stop fucking with me. Even sometimes when it's like, man, this shit ain't gonna work. It's like they want me too bad, but you gotta let them down easy. Or second technique, you gotta make them feel like they leaving you. That's it. Make them feel like do something to where they feel like they want to leave you and it's their fault, or you fell off and you broke or something, because it could go bad. A woman who loves you a lot, man, that emotion can turn deadly, right, if you really try to leave her. So it's a delicate situation, man. When she chooses you, are you expecting her to come speak to you, or are you still stepping to her? Both. I'd much rather her come speak to me most of the time. That's, I lean back, I'm chilling, because I'm already having women. So I'm not really pressed about, it take a lot to handle the ones I got. So I ain't really out here pressed like that. But if I feel so inclined and I feel like I see something I like that might be worth the approach, then I'll do that. But I'm not stepping to her in the way that you're going to step to her. I'm stepping to her in the sense of, I'm just presenting myself. I just want to let her know I'm here, I'm interested. Now from there, she can choose or she can not choose. That's all I wanted to do. Because like I said, I'm not looking for everybody else's woman. I'm looking for my woman. So all I want to let her know is, first of all, check me out. Let me do a little spin on you, right? Check me out, right? And I'm interested. Now from there, if you're interested, she gonna let me know and she gonna choose back. But I'm not with the, hella lines and this, that, and the third. And I'm not against it either. I'm just in a place where I'm cool, or I just don't regularly see the type of woman that I would feel like is worth that much work, that much investment. I have 2 women that's constantly bumping heads. Well, I would ask you, are they living together? Right? See, my thing is this. I'm not going to force women to be around each other that don't mesh, because certain personalities don't mesh. I'm not going to force them to be around each other. I think that's unfair. See, I used to do that. I got a better understanding. It's certain type of individuals that could never mesh with me and I could never mesh with them. Guess what I do? I stay away from them. They stay away from me. Why would you put yourself in a position where you're going to have a problem with somebody whose personality is the antithesis of yours? It doesn't make sense. So if you're doing it for the woman, then that's your bad. If the women can't support themselves individually to be in their own spaces, in their own places, then they ain't bosses, and you ain't a boss because you ain't facilitating them to know how to do that. They shouldn't have to be around each other if they don't want to. I'd actually rather it that way. This broad is over here. This broad is over here. When I see that broad, it's me and her. When I see this broad, it's me and her. I'd rather it that way. Y'all don't got to get along. Y'all better be cordial. You better be cordial out of respect for me if we're ever together. But I'm not going to force you to be together if you don't want to be together. Somebody says, being a player sounds great until you get it. Real women won't give a player the time of day. Growth, bro. That player-ish is schoolboy-ish. When you're blessed with the real game, it gets old. Okay, well, if that's how you feel. But I'll say this. It never gets old, me being able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want, and still have a woman that's down for me at the house doing what I say when I say it. So, I mean, I've honestly never met a woman who was into me who didn't get with what I'm talking about. Never. It's never happened. A woman who was into me and I told her what it was has never been like, oh, I can't fuck with it. And even if they said I can't fuck with it, they always turned around and came back and double backed on me. So I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, it's like this, right? If you have a woman right now and you like her, y'all got a great thing going, y'all got a good connection, y'all do things together. Okay, I have that. And I'm allowed to do anything I want with another. So I can find another like that and make a connection just like that, just as beautiful, and have multiple. I don't know what's childish about that. Oh, man, the reason I wear 2 watches is because every time I do it, people talk about it. It's strange to me. If you're just in the hip-hop culture, you'll just understand, this is just a flex. I could wear 1, but I'm wearing 2 so I can show you I got more than 1. Some people would say to me, oh, is that some Illuminati stuff? I don't know where that came from. But that's why I do it, because people talk about it. Man, this chain right here that I got, I didn't even want to get it. My girl kept telling me, get it bigger, make it bigger, make it bigger. And then when I got it, I'm like, I don't really like it. I don't really want to wear it. She forces me to wear this. Why? Because people talk about it. I just had a video go viral, Ben Shapiro's page, like almost 10 million. And what was he talking about? My jewelry. He didn't necessarily like the jewelry, but because I had the jewelry on while I was speaking about some motivational content, it made it so he pick the video out. If I didn't have a jury on, if I didn't have the gold Rolls Royce, I could have been saying the same thing. I bet you the video wouldn't get picked up. So all of these things are what we call tools. It makes people talk. Whether you hate it or love it, you talking about it. And that's the one thing. Wherever you go, you should never not be noticed. Most of y'all walk in a room, leave the room. Most people didn't even know you was there. There's no room that I walk in where somebody didn't notice that I was there, right? My ex keep coming around to only talk. I ask her, is she choosing? She keeps saying she not ready yet. How should I handle that? You got to freeze her out, cut all the oxygen off. What I mean by that is women feed off of emotion. They're like energy vampires, right? So every time you're even letting her have a conversation with you, you're giving her just enough to keep going on without you. Nah, bro, stop dealing with me. I get cold as the icy Himalayas. I cut off all oxygen. Bro, can't even get a hello. I don't care if she said I'm in a hospital. I ain't saying nothing to her, right? Now that's gonna force her to, if she wanna get back with me, really come correct. But if you keep doling out your energy and your attention to her here and there, and she gets to have little conversations with you, well, she don't gotta choose because she getting what she want. Stealing a little energy from you, and then she gone. I'm not giving her nothing. Oh, you're not fucking with me? That's cool. You're not getting we're not friends. We're not talking. You can't text me happy birthday. I'm not texting you happy birthday. You get nothing from me, because if they could get something from you, why would they come back to you? And then if you left and you want to come back, you can't even get a conversation with me unless you're bringing something to the table. Otherwise, she's going to play with you. Oh, well, let's talk about it. Well, a real one talk with a bankroll. So send me something. Show me something. And if you don't want to do that, then you're not serious about talking, and you're not serious about getting back with me. Because if you were, you'd have no problem. Why? Because you're going to follow your investment. Oh, this is an investment, but I'm about to start fucking with him again. If she can keep calling you and texting you and talking to you without making a commitment, then why would she ever make a commitment? She getting almost all the same from talking to you than being with you, right? And then you just giving her validation. Oh, as long as because you're still willing to deal with her. You know, I'm not going to be willing to deal with no woman unless she really to make a commitment and put something down and show me she ready. Otherwise, a woman will do that all day just for validation. She don't even really want to get back with you. She just want to talk to you. She just want to get that validation that you're willing to talk to her and you're willing to deal with her still. Goldie, did you visualize this lifestyle before you had it? Fuck no. I visualized way more than this shit. I visualized a motherfucking $500 million mansion. I'm still waiting on that shit. But in all seriousness, I did. You know, shit, you asked my mom when I was like 6, 7 years old, she had to bribe me with money to get out to bed. Every jewelry store we went to, you know, I was infatuated with nice things. I've been thinking I was going to be a multimillionaire since I was 15 years old. You know, I had vision boards on my wall when I was 15, 16 years old. I had money posters, money blankets, money, you know what I'm saying? So I always wanted nice things. So to tell you what I'm saying, yes, I did, man. I used to be at Skechers. I used to work at Skechers. Hated that job. And I would sit in the aisle so they couldn't see me. And I would just be looking on my phone and just visualizing. I had a 2-door Mitsubishi with a busted headlight that I had to hit to come on. And I would sit in there and I would visualize. I would visualize more. I would visualize riding in Bentleys. I would visualize top floor condos. I would visualize mansions. I would look at stuff on my phone all the time. So I did visualize this. That's real. A broad will fuck her life off for you if she like you enough. I could legit have broads I got smoke crack. No bullshit. No bullshit. If I wanted to, they would. I could fuck their credit off. I could have them fuck their businesses off, and they got businesses bigger than most of you niggas' businesses because they love me like that. But because they entrust me with great power becomes great responsibility. So I wouldn't do that. I only do the best for them. I only wish the best for them. I always give them my best encouragement as if it was me. But when a woman is really fucking with you, man, she'll do anything. And because I've had multiple women like that in my life, I know when a woman ain't really fucking with me like that. So it's easy for me to tell. Do you really recommend going out and speaking to 100 women per day to get your game right? I got other methods, you know. Do some Toastmasters. It's a good book in my book list that I talk about. It's a lady who went to Fortune 500 companies who was hired and contracted by Fortune 500 companies to help people speak better, have more confidence. I would encourage you to go to not just Toastmasters, but improv classes. All of these things, man. The quality of your life is going to be based on the quality of your relationships, and the quality of your relationships are going to be based on the quality of you being able to articulate yourself properly and be confident. So the friends that you have, the women that you meet, it's going to be based on you being able to articulate yourself properly. And because you can articulate yourself properly, you're going to be able to have confidence, right? And I don't care how much money you have, if you don't have good relationships, your life is not going to be that great. So I would advise anybody to make trying to speak better, be articulate, be more witty and off the top of the head a priority in your life, because just that alone will enhance the quality of your life immensely. But yes, if you talk to 100 women a day, man, every week you're gonna catch a broad that love your dirty draws. So, in a month's time, man, you're gonna have 4 of the downest bras you ever had. I like that you preach on the substance over beauty. However, many men only chase beauty. Can you explain the overall importance of substance? I mean, that shit is self-explanatory, right? We know in anything in life, what's on the inside is almost always more valuable. If you have a building, it could be gutted inside and it's worth nothing. If you had the nicest car, candy painted, but the engine was blown, the transmission was out, it's worth far less than what it was, But we think about that in every area of life except when it comes to people, right? I've met beautiful women who were the devil, So I understand that who a woman is inside, matters most to me. Plus, the outside can be fixed. Look at any celebrity before they had money. Most of them, they weren't that attractive. Plus, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and beauty is social standards. It was beautiful today, even in the 2000s, wasn't even beauty. You'll call one of the baddest women back then ugly or average today. So, I mean, beauty is really just a ever-moving scale. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna take a woman whose soul is beautiful, who treats me right, who likes me, who I ain't got to worry about, doing any foul things because it's not in her character. That's going to last longer. Then when beauty fades, which it always does, what you going to have left? You're going to have whoever that person is on the inside. So I'm going to take the inside over the outside any day. Now, for different things, though, sometimes you just want that ditzy, dumb, bad broad just to go out with sometimes and show off to other people if you're trying to maneuver your way through certain circles because that's what they respect. And, you'll catch some bad broads who got good internal qualities, as well. Man, because if you ask me, man, these bitches is not cute. These bitches that y'all say is bad, man, they got all this shit in their face here. They didn't even work out first, so they putting all these fillers on top of fat. They all got the same face. They got they got the teeth done, they got the tits done, they got the ass done, got that rubbery ass stomach. They don't even work out, so they on a second BBL. Like, when I look at these broads, I be like, I wonder what you look like before. If this is an improvement, if you believe this is an improvement, bitch, I wonder what you look like before. To me, most of these women that y'all think are bad, to me, I be like, what y'all looking at? Like, if you really look at some of these women in the face and then take the makeup off, take the makeup, the eyeliner, take all of that off. Really, I want y'all to do that now. To a broad that you say is bad, really look at her. Take the makeup off, the eyelashes, the eyeliner, that wig or them tape-ins. That broad is ugly, man. Or she's average at best. You know what I'm saying? And then half the time these bras, they come out, they tight pants. That shit is not looking the same. You know what I'm saying? So I can't see past how a woman treats me. I can't see past a woman's inner beauty. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. Hey, yeah, shout out Boss Hog, man. Boss Hog, man, secret society, man, the school, whole hell of a lot of game, man. Me and Boss Hog, been through some times together. Which would you rather have all the money in the world or all the power in the world? It's an easy question. See, only poor people pick the money. Fuck you mean. Power and influence means you got more than money. Power and influence controls the flow of money. Why do you think these super, super rich people want to keep getting? Because they need the power. Why do you think all these wealthy people get into politics? Because the power is what matters. Money could come and go, but when you got the power and you got the influence, man, you ain't never not gonna have money. What are the best keys to approaching women? Somebody better pay some money to ask these questions. How do you verbally express to a woman about your polygamous lifestyle? Simple. And I done said it before. Listen, and I'm starting to hear all my game from all these dudes, right? And they're not giving me no credit, but you know what? I ain't even gonna be mad at y'all taking all my shit, all my sayings, all my ways, and acting like y'all didn't hear from me. But it's cool. I'm gonna tell you though, How I tell a woman I'm in a polygamous lifestyle is when she say something like, oh, you must have a wife at home, or where your girlfriend at? I just look and I smirk and I say, you know, it's always some women around me. It's that simple. Not too heavy, not too light. You got a girlfriend? Nah, I don't got a girlfriend, but I always got some women around me. That's it. So I'm letting her know, even if I ain't got no woman around me at the time, because I need to set the precedent that that's the type of situation that this is. I've never had a woman have something to say about it. If y'all not together and y'all just meeting each other, what's she gonna say? She can't say nothing. What if you were up and everything, times are good, and then you fell off and wife folded? What do? Man, I keep moving. I don't expect a woman to stay solid, man. That's your first problem, right? You're expecting a woman to stay solid. I don't expect anyone to stay solid. That's why I move properly. See, back in the day, niggas used to go to jail and be asking me, hey, bail me out, bail me out. And I'd be like, listen, you put yourself in that situation. Don't burden me to get you out. You know why I'm not going to jail? Because I understand nobody's gonna bail me out. So therefore, I move very properly, right? I don't take for granted that women fuck with me because of me. I take for granted that women probably fuck with me because fucking with me is a benefit. From my knowledge, to my tools, to where we living, to the vacations, to the celebrities I know, and things of that nature. So I don't assume, hey, if I fell off, the broad's gonna stay down. I assume they gonna leave. So you know what that makes me do? That makes me move very carefully so I don't never fall off. Hey, bro, I'll be like, you know what? I've always been having it. So I don't know if she's real or she's not. And I guess we'll never know because I'm never gonna fall off if I can help it. See, when you assume nobody's gonna be there when you go to jail, man, you're gonna be real careful about what you do. When you assume that the broad gonna fold on you when you fall off, you're gonna be real careful not to fall off. I expect the worst. Now, if the broad stay down, hey, man, that was a plus. But I'm not counting on it. I count on myself, and that's what you should do. Should have asked me that before you fell off. And I'm not saying anybody can't fall off. I mean, it is what it is. But I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker do. Hey, they run off. Hey, good riddance. It's on me to get back. But I tell you what, I ain't fucking with no broad who fold on me. That I have a girl from New Jersey, went to see her, but went back home to Miami, told her to fly out to me, but she didn't. If a chick really likes you, she would fly out to you. Yes, she would. But what you underestimate about these broads is they be broke. You know, a lot of these broads really be broke. They can't afford to come out to you, but they're not gonna tell you they broke. So, I mean, or she just don't want to come out to you. You got to know what her situation like. But I'll tell you, a lot of these women, it's not that she don't want to pay for dinner. It's that she can't. And if she do, it's going to really break her pockets and put her in a bad situation. But she ain't going to tell you that. If you want a phone call with me, DM me or go to my site and book an hour. How are you able to get multiple women to buy into your program? Man, look at me. I make it very hard for a broad not to choose my program. Because what's your other option? What are you doing in life? How are you living? How are you driving? Where are you going? What's your vacations? What's your life looking like? Broad come deal with me for a day. She gonna see, oh, this is different. So I make it real hard. And then, like I say, I only deal with women who want to deal with me. So if I'm dealing with a woman who really likes me, she gonna be with whatever. Like I just said, any woman who really like you for real, and everybody's had a woman like that, she's gonna be on whatever you're on. You know, and it's not so much, oh, how do I get her to buy into me? I'm making it look like, make me buy into you. Why should you be allowed on this program? See, y'all going about it the wrong way. People don't want what they could just easily have. They covet things that they just can't easily access. It's a psychology trick. They do it in sales. They'll have you fill out a thing and say, oh, well, you know, if you're qualified, we'll call you back. They're calling everybody back. That's just a sales tactic. But it makes the opportunity more valuable. So I do the same thing. Every broad can't mess with me. And that's actually not a tactic. Every broad can't mess with me. She got to qualify. And then again, like I said, I'm only dealing with women who really want to deal with me. So it's not that hard. And I'm always campaigning, putting myself in position. It's going to be some seeds that sprout tomorrow that I planted a year ago. Y'all don't plant seeds. I plant seeds. I plant so many seeds every single day that I'm reaping the rewards of seeds I planted a year ago every day. Y'all don't really treat shit like a job. Wife went on a date during separation. How would you handle that? We were separated. You know what I'm saying? She did what she wanted to do. You know, get over it. If you want her that bad. See, I ain't really tripping what a broad doing when she ain't with me. I'm tripping about what a broad is doing when she with me. But I'll tell you what, ain't no woman of mine getting no separation. Ain't no broad of mine even gonna want to separate. She wouldn't allow it. She would be kicking and screaming to not have that happen. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. See, this is my thing, right? That's why you stay working out, stay elevating your mind, stay on your business, stay becoming a better individual, because when you're always becoming a better individual, you're never worried about an old broad, because you understand, man, there's a newer and better one. Because why are you going to be able to get a newer and better one? Because you're a newer and better person. I'm always working on myself. I'm always elevating myself. I'm always having new knowledge, new connections, new things to bring to the table. Every day, every year, I feel like I'm a better individual. Because I'm a better individual, man, I think this broad next to me, she holding me back. I caught her when I was a year old. I'm a year better. I can catch better than this broad right here. That's how you should feel. That's why you got to stay working on yourself. Then you wouldn't even be having this conversation, because your wife would be running back to you right now. And you would be like, I don't know, because you'd have so many other options because the man that you became. What books are you reading right now? Man, get my book list. I give you all the books that I read daily, that I post daily, all the books that have changed my life. And for years, I would never tell people these books, right? Because that's literally what gave me an edge on everybody else. I started reading books, man. I understood, like, whoa, this much information in books, this got to be illegal. Then I realized people don't read. Then I realized, well, I always had the advantage. I always had something witty to say. I always had a better idea because I was reading things from people who lived successful lifestyles, who were in business venues, billionaires and things of that nature. So I was always getting the greatest and best ideas when everybody else around me was getting ideas from each other. So it was the biggest shortcut that I feel like I've ever got besides mentors. So get my book list. It's $19.99. It'll change your life. Somebody said, if he wasn't caked up, he wouldn't be judging so hard on shit. Now, I would say this. I was talking like this, and I'm going to bring some women on that knew me 10 plus years ago when I had a 2-door Mitsubishi and I still had 2 broads in the back and they had to call me daddy and king. So I would challenge that to say the reason I am caked up is because I spoke it into existence when I had nothing and believed and saw myself as this before. But who knows? Yeah, you get a little bit of money, you doing some good things. Yeah, you get more confidence. So yeah, maybe I wouldn't. So what does that matter though? What does that mean? Sounds like you hating. Hey man, you ain't got to hate on me. You could have exactly what I have and more. So you ain't got to hate on me. How about you get you some and see how you talk? See, people like to talk about people who got a lot of money, people who, they're arrogant, this, that, and the third. I look at some of the people they talk about and I be like, shit, I don't know how the fuck I'd act if I was making millions of dollars a month. So it's easy to judge until you got it. You don't even know who you are. Most people have no idea who they are until they get some money. So you be so judgmental. But the reason you judgmental is the reason you ain't never going to have shit. So be careful. Whatever you hating on, you're never going to have. You're putting it out into the universe. The universe ain't going to bless you with shit that you hate on. So I don't hate on nobody. So be careful. How to keep a woman in pocket who is younger in her 20s. All right, y'all damn near done with the questions right now. So Tiffany, the one who sent that $50 in, if you got a question, put it in now. I'm going to answer it because I never saw you ask that second question because I never got to your first one because I didn't understand what you were saying. Yeah, I'm about to jump off in a second because y'all out here not putting no money in this chat. I'm giving y'all $1 million worth of game that you would never hear nowhere. Y'all don't want to put $1 down for it. That's why I don't even like doing these lives. I'd rather keep it to my school community. They say we broke. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I be seeing that too. Some of y'all ain't really got no money like that, so I get it. But some of y'all do. And for those who do, y'all could spare $1. See, y'all could get some $1 million. Listen, I just got off a call before I came in here, $1,000, right? So y'all could get the same information for a couple dollars in this chat, but y'all won't. Like I say, poor people value money more than they value information when y'all should be in here getting some information, but it's cool. Somebody said, would you overlook your girl giving another man a one-arm hug goodbye in front of you? Depends on the man. Depends on the situation. See, you can't get mad at a woman for doing something she didn't know she couldn't do. If it's my woman, she's fully laced about what's acceptable to me and what's not acceptable to me. So it would all depend if that's within our rules in this household and depending on who it was. But anything I have an issue with, I'm going to address it. And I can't be wrong because it's how I feel, right? Bro, I can't say, oh, no, you're wrong, you're overreacting. It doesn't matter what you think or what society thinks. If I have a problem with it, then it's a fucking problem. And you need to fix it if you want to keep dealing with me. So that's what I would say. It's up to you. Don't make it a problem because I say it's a problem. Make it a problem if you want it to be a problem. It's somebody out there that's not a problem. Could have been a 2-hand hug. It's not a problem. And don't make it a problem if it's not a problem. But if it's a problem, understand it's a problem. And as long as you think it's a problem, then it's a fucking problem. What's the best nationality of women I've dealt with? Man, I hate that question, Afi. I hate that question. I hate that question, but black women love me. I'll say that. But a lot of other races love me too. I do have a certain spot for Asians though. Just because I'm a dude where like my women gotta massage me 24/7. Any woman that's ever been with me know. Like you with him, he expect you to rub him 24/7, whether you're in the car, you at the movies, you at the house, that's what you do. And just for some reason, every Asian that I've had gives great massages. So I'll say Asian just on the massage tip. But I really have no preference, man. The nationality of the woman that I like the most is the one who liked me the most, because that's the one who's going to be the best to me. And that's all. I've had great women of almost every nationality. Philippine women, submission. Yeah, submission is big. And so when it's in your culture, then we're already halfway to the finish line, because it's not something I have to teach you. Because even we gonna have more options when it comes to a lot of the Asian women or Filipino women, because in their culture it's being submissive. So most of the time, the only time a woman's gonna be submissive is if she really likes you. So now I don't have to find a woman who love my dirty drawers. I could just find a woman that like me, right? Because she's already gonna be doing all the things I like because it's in her culture to do that. So why I wear 2 watches? Because everybody talks about it. Attention equals money. Get you some. Made 100,000 plus last night in last 30 days in my sleep. Why? Because of all this attention I got. Am I selling the best products? I think so. Most people would disagree, but it's not about the best. It's about the best known. So whatever makes people talk, whether they hate it or they love it, it's what you got to do. Most people hate Kim Kardashian, and look how much money she got. If they not hating you, you're not doing something right. I actually measure my success based on the more people hating. Like the more people I start to see hating on me, the more I'm like, oh shit, this shit is gonna work. Cause it's nothing but being in obscurity. It's really hard to make money in obscurity. But when you have the fame and you have a lot of people that dislike you, you're triggering something which transcends, right? Nobody walks past the bum on the street and gets to talking shit. Oh, you bum ass nigga, look at you with your sleeping on the street with your blanket. Nobody does that, right? But they'll see somebody drive by in a nice car and say some shit, all that shit is rented. They see somebody with some chains, all that shit is fake. Why? Because they're really just projecting. It's like you have something that they want, but they don't know how to get. So instead of trying to get it because they don't feel like they can, it's better to just try to bring you down to their level. They would rather you just be at their level emotionally. So that's what they do. So I don't take offense to it. I don't really care if people really knew how I thought about most people. If people really understood how I thought about most people, there's no way that you would think that I would care what you think. It's like if a bum came up to you on the street and was like, nigga, them shoes don't match. Or even if a bum came up to you and said, oh, nice car, you're not going to care. Why? Because he's so far beneath you, his opinion don't count. So if people really knew, like, no matter what you say, your opinion counts so little to me. It's actually laughable. Not true. I really be. Yeah, see, but the people who are who like to see success, that's like me. You're going to get it. Why? Because their success is a reminder to you that you can have it too. Right? That's like me. I see somebody with more than me. It excites me. It motivates me. And that's why I always get what I want. Some people, they see something that they really want deep down inside. They hate on it. They realize their universe is going to block them off from ever getting it. Because you told the universe, you put all this negative energy about it, So attention is for women. Do what I want, wear what I want for me. All right, that's what you do. See, I don't lie to myself. Everything I got on right now is for everybody else. And that's why I'm able to do it effectively. That's why my marketing strategies are effective. I wrap my gold Rolls Royce, not for me, but because I know that's great marketing. I buy all these things. I told you I didn't even want this chain. My girl made me get it, right? I wear it. Why? Because I know people are going to have something to say about it. I wear this designer. Why? Because I like made up designer things that cost $30 to make and charge me $1,000 for it. No, because I know what people think when they see it, right? But you lie to yourself while you do things, and that's why you can't dress effectively. I know what it's going to do. I like to work smarter, not harder. I like to get chose with my mouth closed. I like to close that deal easier. So therefore, when I go shopping, you know what I buy? I say, what's people gonna talk about? What is gonna make people talk? What is gonna make people stop? And people stop me and talk to me all the time about my car, about my jewelry, about my outfit. Works for women too. But you can tell yourself that you do it for you. I'll keep it real and say, shit, if it was up to me, I'd probably walk around in one of them chic things like they do in Dubai. A nice, comfortable, airy, just robe. If it was just for me, you know what I'm saying? I'd wear the same shit every day as long as it was clean. I just don't dilute myself like most people and act like they doing shit for themselves when it's really not for themselves. Does reading books daily help you with gaining knowledge? I would say this. Reading books for me was really to keep my mind on the right track. I'm reading a positive book every day. It keeps my mind on track. I'm reading a book about discipline daily. That keeps me disciplined because we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. We need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. It's not about, oh, I read this book already, or I already know this. Yeah, but we need to be reminded. So reading a little bit every day reminds you of the things and puts it top of mind. Oh, I need to be doing this. Oh, discipline. Oh, this positive mindset. So I read for that, to be reminded. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, if you ever read a book once and then you go back and you read it 3 months later, you're going to get something different out of the book. So really good books you should read over and over. Not to mention, I can say that because I've read so much, I have a lot of different ideas, that people seem to like. It's not necessarily my ideas. It's a culmination of a bunch of brilliant people's ideas that I've heard. And then you throw in all of these things into the pot of my mind, which enables me to come up with different things and sound, profound, right? I'm reading all of the greats. When I talk to the broad, man, she can't get enough of it because I'm sounding so brilliant, or just period. I'm sitting on here talking. You might think I talk good. Everything that I'm saying is a culmination of things that I've heard from either people I know or books that I've read. So, I don't feel like you can go wrong reading.